Hey guys, this is Erwan.
And I'm Martin.
And today we are in the kitchen and we are gonna battle it out to figure out who can make the best
Pork chop.
So in the spirit of the show of two ways, we basically have our basket of truth. And in the basket of truth, we have two handicaps.
I saw a number.
Oh no. I have the dreaded one-handed.
And I have 30 minutes. Doesn't even make...
Okay, you're first. Stay here. Where are you going? Stay here.
I'm first. Right, so I'm gonna set my timer to 30 minutes. Stress. Right, so 30 minutes. So when your pork chop is an inch, the thickness is an inch or below, there's a chance that it'll curl up when introduced to high heat. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna slice the skin, tip of your knife down. When you're searing something, keep your protein dry. You can just pat it with some kitchen towels. Let me season my pork with some salts. Pat, pepper. Turn. More salt. So I have 27 minutes. Very hot pan, smoking hot. Place my oil. I don't want it to burn, so I'm gonna put in my pork. I'm gonna be searing this 1.5 minutes per side. Okay, I think I overcrowded my pan. I'm gonna remove one. And add my butter there. Let it melt. Some fresh thyme. Right in my finger. Few cloves of garlic, lightly crushed. Right here. So for 1 minute, you can really add that flavor to your pork chop. Just gonna do this for 1 minute and then let my pork chops rest. And setting my pork chops aside. Sorry, babies. Rest easy. There. Now I'm gonna start doing my sauce. I'm gonna add another knob of butter. My heat is on low. Just reminding you guys. From high to low. I have here some Dijon mustard. I'm gonna do this off heat. I'm gonna add my cream slowly so that your cream won't curdle, so that you can temper the temperature of your cream. Then back the heat, bring it to a boil, simmer, and then wait for it to thicken up, and we're done. With 20 minutes to spare. See? No cheating here. But Erwan's handicap is much, much worse. He has to use just one hand, so I'm grateful for the 30-minute thing. Okay, so this is the thickness that I want. Some freshly cracked pep. There. Gonna turn off the heat. So my sauce is done. While it's still warm, with your heat turned off, finish it with some cold butter. That's called mounting with butter. Gives your sauce additional flavor and some shine. We're done. So it's time to plate. Pork chop, well rested. Which one's the prettiest? Some sauce. I don't really want to cover the whole thing because I want them to see the color of the seared pork chop. You can always just serve more sauce on the side. Fresh thyme, kind of bruise it up a bit and just let it fall. Honestly, that's just garnish anyway.
I need a sharp knife. Okay, the first thing we want to do is I'm gonna try to prep. So I have garlic. Can I use my elbow?
If you want a shaved elbow.
This is not the safest thing to
Do
do.
not try this at home, please.
Nope. It's just gonna be a lot of smashing. Let's try as much as possible to mince this. Okay, this is fairly hot enough. I'm gonna take my butter. It's not hot enough. Melt that through. But I don't want it to get too hot anyways, so while that's melting, I can already add in my garlic. Starting to get a cramp on my other arm. Okay, and so this is basically gonna be like a, kind of like a sweet, sour, lemony sauce, which will be really nice on the pork chop. While that's bubbling, I'm gonna start working on our pork. So usually what I like to do with pork chops, such as these, the first thing we wanna do is take your knife and then we wanna kind of make cuts. It's much harder to do with one hand. On the side. This just helps make everything nice and tender. This is kind of like a very Chinese way of doing pork chops. Once you have that, it's all about just tenderizing. So do it one way, and then usually using a mallet, but I don't have a mallet. But, woo, before this burns, to this pan I'm gonna add in, I'm gonna use Shaoxing wine to deglaze the pan first. Wait for that to bubble. While that's bubbling, ketchup, white sugar. This is where it gets interesting. Okay, sorry, Mom. Ketchup. Go ahead. Mix everything together, let that bubble, let that kind of get like nice and caramelized. I'm gonna add a little more Shaoxing wine, that's because that's kind of like the only liquid I'll be using, and then maybe a little bit of some calamansi juice right here. Go. Oh, okay. And we'll just let that bubble. Next, so we have our pork, second one, same thing. Yes, you might know I used to play the drums in a band. We were called No Comment in the 90s and we were ridiculous. Okay, now I'm gonna put this in a bowl. No, I'm kidding. That'd be the most gross thing ever. Okay, pork goes into the bowl, but first I'm gonna start mixing all the ingredients that are basically gonna act as our binder for the panko. Inside this bowl here, we're gonna put some extra Shaoxing wine, 5 spice powder, we have some oyster sauce, we have some soy sauce, we have some sugar, we have some white pepper, 1 egg. Yeah. And then we're gonna mix that first together. Take my pork, place that in the mix. Usually this is something you'd kind of let marinate for 2 to 3 hours or overnight, but obviously we don't have that time. So it's just helping really season the pork nicely. Take it out. Sorry, this is kind of gross to put it back on the chopping board, but I don't have a choice. In this bowl, I'm gonna add some cornstarch now. I might actually only have enough for one here. So it better be one crazy good pork chop. Take my plate out, add in all my panko. This is where I'm gonna be pressing everything down later. So all you gotta do is basically check if your oil's ready, pork chop back into the batter, this time that has cornstarch, into the panko, press it down on one side, press down the other side. It doesn't have to be crazy coated. Like, we're not looking for like a full batter, just a nice light coating. And then that goes straight into the oil. Now we wait until this is perfectly crispy and brown. So all I need to do now is chop it, gnaw on. Woo! Look at that. Look at that. You gotta respect that. One hand, people. That's it. So people who say it's difficult to cook, just one hand is enough. Chopped, nice and tender. Oh, that looks really good. The bone goes on my plate.
Gotta be careful with that.
Martin's just been on the sidelines, just staring at me in awe of the skill he's seen displayed today.
I wish I could be just like you. No, dude, it actually looks like it was made with 2 hands. Yeah.
That means everything to me. Thank you, Martin.
Yeah.
Ooh, look at this one, has lots of fat. Try this. I'm telling you now, Martin, yours better be damn good.
It's okay. Again, we did the total opposite.
There was a guy who was selling us taho downstairs. And we're like, you look perfect for the job.
You want some food?
Yeah, so our taho vendor, Tito Boy, is here.
Cool.
Yeah, Tito Boy, thank you for joining us. So we have pork chop for you today.
Yes, sir.
Martin, explain your pork chop.
Seared pork chop with creamy Dijon sauce. That's it. I want to keep it simple.
Chinese style deep fried pork chop with a sweet and sour sauce.
Oh, you forgot. Made with one hand.
Made with one hand. And what was you?
Made with 3 hands. 30 minutes.
So he had to do it in 30 minutes. I had to do it with one hand.
Don't get the fat. I mean, it's...
Wow, you're so picky for tahobender. Okay, let me try this too. I like the cook, Martin. It's not overcooked. Well
Thank
done.
you. At least I can do a few things, right? I used to
Saltiness niya, sarap. Sakto-sakto, hindi siya mahalap.
Dude, you're better than the other.
Oh, sure.
Everyone's just, it's good.
Then malalasahan mo yung pepper.
Okay, let's try the Chinese one. You want fat? These are
Yeah.
fat. He lacks them fatty.
I like them big.
No double dipping in the sauce.
I like
guys.
them
That's
chunky.
the rule.
Very Asian. I taste the wine.
Mm-hmm.
But it's something. It's really good.
But it's
Really
lacking
good.
something.
Medyo maasim siya. I think because of the wine. And nagkataon na for me, I don't like maasim. I like medyo matamis na dish.
Mukhang
I like
maasim or?
Sweden dish.
I mean, fair enough. All valid points.
Fair enough.
Okay, so you have to choose one.
So that was like 10 minutes.
You have to choose one. Who do you choose?
For me, Martin. This one, I like the sauce, and then this one.
Wait, you might change your mind. Baka mag-iba pa isip mo ulit. I mean, I'll take the swim. It's okay. This was really good.
Okay.
Can I go back to 7,000?
Yes, you can go back. Go back. Sorry to take you away from your day job. You won.
No, I'm not gonna close.
I'm very disappointed.
Why?
Very disappointed.
I thought I made you proud of
You
the
can
fourth.
close the episode. Close the episode. Say goodbye to the good people on the internet.
Say goodbye to the good people of the internet. Thank you for watching.